what's up? So it's been a long time since we've spoken, and a lot has happened in the last few months with regards to Velociraptor AI and business progress, like an enormous amount. So much has happened since the last business update, and so let's get straight into it. First of all, existing clients as well as our mining project are going fantastically. Those are both bringing in a bit of cash every month. They're stable, clients are using them, clients are deriving good value from the risk prediction system as well as a bunch of AI automations inside of the companies. So great, really fantastic about those. I'm happy, they're happy, that's good. But then I've been picking up a whole lot of video editing projects. So as you can see on this channel, I've been making YouTube videos for like nearly a fucking decade, and it's going fine. It's good to put yourself out there, show people what you're working on, and I've picked up the bare minimum of video editing skills in the meantime. I made a technology hype edit video sometime at the beginning of last year, and sometime last year tweeted out that if you wanted a similar video, you should hit me up and I'll make it for you. So at one point, Peter Levels, Level.io, big indie hacker, saw it, he edited it a bit and made his own version, tweeted it, it went out very well, and he gave me a shout out as well inside of that tweet, which is really nice. And then, like, several months ago, at the end of last year, I did a video for Reindustrialize, the conference, the manufacturing conference in the States in Detroit, just like an intro launch video for them, which was cool. And then they said they had a big Reindustrialize conference coming out this year, and we can probably do some work together there then. So I did a launch video for them for the Reindustrialize conference a few months ago, and then I did a whole lot of video editing after the fact for that conference, which was just fantastic. And first of all, such good exposure because I'm a big fan of Reindustrialize, and I'm bringing manufacturing back to the States that aligns well with my political values. And two, it was a nice video editing contract for a fuck ton of work for a 1 month period, but really cool, and is going to be able to fund so many of the other business ventures that I want to take on in the next few months, which is just fantastic. So I'm actually out of the like financial, not death zone, but like financial struggle zone that I was definitely in before. So that's just fantastic. And then from that Reindustrialize video and that one video that I posted online at the beginning of last year has sprung a whole lot of other video projects for startups on the West Coast, mostly of the States, guys that want launch videos similar to the kind of tech hype video that I made for Reindustrialize as well as EAC at the beginning of last year. So I've actually got several ongoing projects at the moment where I'm making launch videos for VC funds. I'm doing one for A16Z, did some marketing for them, like a bunch of VC funds, a couple of early stage startups, as well as some kind of mid-tier startups actually, which is really cool. I'm not the best video editor in the world. My skills kind of resolve down to like cutting different clips and adding in music and trying to add in jokes and good cinematic shots at different times. But I guess if you've got a little bit of taste, you can get far to what these guys want for their projects and that. And if you kind of have a little bit of Gen Z know-how, I mean, I don't know all the Gen Z slang, but I kind of know where the humor is from spending too much time on Twitter. I am too terminally online. You can actually make a pretty decent inroads into like making a cool launch video for a company or a startup. So yeah, a bunch of video editing projects at the moment actually, which is not what I thought I'd be spending a lot of time on this year, but I'm very happy to do it because it's not overly difficult work. It's in an area, startups and VC funds that I'm very interested in and want to support, and that can support really cool other big projects later. So fantastic, that's going really well. And I've actually been really busy with that the past couple of weeks, so hence the video updates. So the amount of video editing that I've actually been doing has been so much so that I've actually made a whole website for it to further advertise it to other startups and other VC funds. But yeah, I'm calling it Down Round Studios, accelerating content and progress for VCs and VC-backed early stage companies. This is a pretty cool little octopus that follows you around, and basically just advertising to startups and to VC funds, the kind of videos that I can make and what services can be offered for them to help them get their startups further running as opposed to doing everything themselves. Because, and this was perhaps a failure on my behalf after going to SF at the end of last year, I thought that if you'd raised money and you were in Silicon Valley and that, you didn't need any help. You could hire anyone that you wanted, you could do all the projects that you needed, you didn't need anyone else to code anything for you and to build anything for you. But VC funded startups want to move as fast as possible, and they don't always want to hire someone because that's a big commitment. And so there actually is, I think, a niche for agencies to serve them both launch video content, marketing services, as well as like MVP services. building out apps, building out websites and that the guys need. So yeah, I'm actually not pivoting Velociraptor's focus, but definitely doubling down on some of the recent success I've had and doing some more marketing in this exact domain. It hasn't been all good news, unfortunately, though. I had recently what I would consider, I guess, my first major failure inside of the business, inside of Velociraptor AI. I had a client project that I was working on, a mobile app, worked on it for about a month and a half, and then the contract kind of fell apart, got paid exactly $0 for all of that hard work. Very frustrating due to a number of reasons. Bad scope creep, complete, miscommunication from the founders and myself on what we wanted and what we were going to build out, that sort of thing. But also, I'll take it on the chin, a lack of technical skills on my behalf to deliver exactly on the vision that they wanted and exactly on the products that they wanted built out. And so, I'll take the loss. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay positive and obviously learn from it. Not think too deeply on it, but basically upskill where I need to upskill, get a deposit at the start of new projects so that you don't get fucked over halfway through, proper scope at the beginning of a project, and then just proper communication and milestones throughout the project so that you know exactly what's going on with the project, your client knows exactly what's going on, and you can be aligned the whole way through and not get halfway through the project, 3/4 of the way through the project, and then one person claim that you haven't done a proper job, the contract falls apart, you argue, it's not in the interest of anyone's time or success. So I wish those guys well. Frustrating, but I'm glad that it happened with a smaller scale project and not a larger one. And not every project can be a huge success. So just taking it on the chin, learning, improving, and the next few ones will be better. Also, I guess, which is important for a business, is I've finally got an accountant. I've been vibe accounting so far this year and last year, but ESARS is now, it's time for me to do Velociraptor's first annual return. So I've been doing a lot of the I've been doing like the EMP 201 SARS form for PAYE tax every month myself and that. And tax is a completely figure-outable solution as long as you've got ChatGPT. You can figure it out really easily. It's not actually that hard, but it's a lot of time and it's a lot of effort and there's a lot of nitpicking to work through in order to properly do your tax returns, to properly do your accounting, to properly do your books, all that sort of thing. And it's non-revenue generating. I'm an AI company, I'm not an accounting company. So I could save on the money and just do all my accounting myself, or I could just hire someone, eat the financial loss, and probably actually work out financially ahead after your tax consultants and your accountants help you structure your finances and run things through the business properly so that you can actually get the benefit of running a corporation and deducting business expenses. And just knowing how to do things properly is half the battle. And obviously all that time and effort and mental focus that I was putting towards trying to figure out my accounting and my taxes and that is just removed, and I can now focus on new clients, on new projects. Super happy with it. And actually financially ahead enough now to get an accountant and to get some proper professional help, which is great. It makes the business is growing, it makes you feel really positive about yourself and the business, and just fantastic news on that front. It's fantastic to have a little bit of cash in the bank and to be able to take the cash from certain client projects and put it into the next project and to put it into some proper marketing and get your website redone. It's really nice, and it feels like the business is finally growing, and I don't feel like the business has taken off yet, but we are certainly in the just before stage, just before the plane has taken off. Stretching this analogy a bit thin, but you get what I'm saying. I also redid my Velociraptor AI website. I got a friend to build it. He did a fantastic job. This is Velociraptor AI's new website with a moving 3D dinosaur tracking your cursor around, basically focusing more on that exact AI solutions kind of pitch that I want to show towards big corporates. Better focus on the projects that we have completed so far and that are out there in the world and are actually delivering for clients. And just overall a better aesthetic look, because I was not that proud of the previous website, and it's so nice to be able to show a nice website to people and actually have them visit your site and have them see what services you got to offer. So at the moment I'm also working on a bunch of mobile apps, working on a goal swing analyzer with a friend of mine, also working on a gym kind of tracker app that gives you like advice on videos of yourself in the gym. So this is the Xcode build over here, busy working on it. Here in Xcode, got the code busy going, but really enjoying working on some SaaS products. That was actually the goal for the year, to work on SaaS products, and I just haven't actually hit it because I've been distracted with a bunch of other really lucrative projects. And I guess what I was trying to work on last year, the agency model, that has been really taking off in the last few months. And so SaaS has kind of been moved to the side. But it just goes to show as well that how often the success or failures that you're enjoying right now have nothing to do with what you did last week, but in fact, the actions that you took over a year ago. And so I'm looking forward to reaping the benefits of all the hard work I've done this month in 12 months' time. But yeah, so working on the mobile apps when I've got a chance and when I'm not working on agency and client work. So that goes hand in hand with working on a bunch of new marketing, on eventually getting into some Meta and some Google ads, doing influencer marketing, doing organic marketing, TikTok marketing. I warmed up a bunch of TikTok accounts in the last few weeks, got the VPN going, advertising to US audiences, all that sort of stuff for the mobile apps. Learning a bunch in that domain, which was really cool. Haven't had any big W's, any big success yet there, but it's coming in the next few weeks. I've been completely heads down focused for the last probably about a month and a half, 2 months, and I've only just surfaced for air now. It's nice to finally have time to work on the business and not in the business, and I know I need to find ways, whether it's with AI tools or with contractors and that, to grow the business and to not work on every project myself, to abstract myself away and sit on top and look down at the business and work on managing the projects as opposed to implementing each project myself, but I'm getting there. And so now it's been nice this last month to have some time to focus on that, to plan the upcoming few months where basically the goal for the end of the year is to finish all of the projects that I'm currently working on, to knock them out, to tick them off, to say I've done them properly, close them out, and then obviously take a bit of time in December to focus on regrouping and planning for next year, which is really cool. But yeah, focusing on the SaaS apps and the SaaS products in addition to the existing client work, down around studios, launch videos. It's good. I will keep you updated with how things are going. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next update. Bye. And just in case you were wondering, Lola is still here. The Chief Morale Officer of Velociraptor AI is still doing well, and she's very happy. She's just had a walk. So yeah, go to velociraptorai.com today. Bye.